Hi, here we are again. Just going to start building a page with these images that we prepped. But I just want to go over again the importance of making these as small as possible. The products photo that we had is obviously the biggest one here because basically it's a combination of other photos and it's going to be bigger. We want to try and keep the quality as high as we could. We made it a PNG to keep it with the transparent background, which I explained why. The little profile picture, which just make it, I'm just going to grab the image size again. I know it has to be 180, but the height is 220. I'm just going to jot that down so that I have it when I need it. The other image is the top picture, which is going to be used shortly. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in, and the first job, I can close that one down, the first job really is to come into media. Now media is your library or where your images are going to be stored. Could even store PDFs, Word documents if you had downloads. If you were a crafter that was making, you might be selling ultimately patterns or plans or how-to instructions, etc., etc. So you might want to do a PDF download of a sample. Obviously you can't control cost, you can't sell downloads from this site at the moment. That may come later, but if you wanted to give them a sample in a PDF format, you can. Mainly used for your images. I'm going to click on the Add New. Now this is PC or Mac. I'm on a Mac, but I've got my web file open. I'm just going to select all of them. You can use the Shift key to do it, or the Command key, and I'm just going to drag them, and you'll notice that the panel has gone blue, and I'm going to drop them there, and what basically that does is it mass imports those images. You can do them singly. Once these have finished loading, I'll show you what I mean. You could have gone select files and then through your various methods, through your Explorer, gone and selected individuals. You can't select multiples, but you could select individuals. We'll just come in and have a look at what it means when you click on the edit. Basically, that's looking at the image. That is what we're calling the permalink. This is actually the URL that's sometimes used, and we might need that in a minute for something that I'll show you. But that's really giving you the data that you could do. Now, some images may carry a caption, and you could have a caption which is fixed and will always appear with this image, and that will appear in a little box underneath the images. We're not using captions here. We haven't used captions. But you could put a caption here if you wanted to put a little bit more info, in this instance, just to say that the bags are hand painted, with an eco-friendly paint or whatever, just as additional info. It'll always stay with this image no matter where it's used. So on this site, so that's pretty good in some instances. Just wanted to show you. We'll just go back to our library for a second. And what we're going to do is we're going to go and get some information on this profile picture. What I'm after is the full pathway, which is here, and I'm going to copy that. I'm just going to open a new, let me come, I've got loads of text files open. Let me go new and make a clean one. And I just want, I'll stick it up here for now, I just want this pathway, we'll get rid of that one for now, and I know I've got another one I'm going to grab this as well. I'm going to bring this in, and I'll show you why. If you remember, we took a note of the size. This is just without getting into too much detail. This is HTML, and it's just telling the system where the image is stored. So we're going to go grab this, and I'm going to put it in here, just in between the bracket, the inverted commas, V, and you notice that the width was 180 and we made a note of 220. So we've now got a little bit of HTML code here, which I'll put on an FAQ for you. In some form, I'll put it up there so you can copy this. So I need this, so I'm going to just copy it, either Command C, Control C, depending on what system you're in. And then I'm going to come to this area. I'm going to come to my appearance. Your appearance deals with themes, and we're going to bear with me because this is all new to you, or to some of you. I'm going to just come into my widgets, and these are all additional widgets that you can add to your page. But what I'm going to do is you could just write a new strapline here, just basic text, but I'm just going to paste in there that HTML text, which is telling this widget, as they're called, to go and get the image that we went called profile pic and set it to this height and width. The width is important, and that's why we made the image that size, so that it doesn't hang over one side of the widget. We're just going to save it, and then what I will do is I'll just preview it in a second for you. So I'll just close this widget so it's still there, and I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to just come into I'm logged in, so it's got all my sites, that's why you can see that. Just going to come here, and I'm just going to go visit site. So this will just open the site in the same window, and it's popped that image inside that widget. I'm happy. I'm going to just use my back button and come back. So that's just using the profile picture. It's just dropping it in quickly. We're just going to come, one thing I will do is just open this document, because I need to grab the text. Don't know what she's saying about herself, don't know anything. I haven't actually looked at it yet, so I'm just going to show you how quickly we can do this. If Word would open slowly, thank you. So here is their description. We're just going to grab it all because I don't know what I'll use yet, and I'm going to come back. I've copied that, and I'm going to come back to one of my texts. Really doesn't matter which one. I'm just going to overwrite this one because I just need it so that I can grab it when I'm ready. So I'm going to come to my pages now, and I'm going to come and edit my home page. And you may wonder why I'm doing it out of a text file rather than out of Word. It's just Word can bring in a lot of superfluous rubbish which we don't want, and that's what I do. You know, you'll get your own working procedures. I'm just going to tidy this copy up while I'm here. Just going to come up, make that bold, close up this space. That looks alright. We may just try and make it consistent. I'll make that price. I'm going to update it again. Just updating it quickly. It does it to save. Revisions are saved automatically, so don't worry if you lose. You can always go back. Just going to quickly preview preview opens it in a different page, so that's quite useful to have it on 2 pages. So there's your copy. The styling is brought in by the template. I see I want to add a little bit of space there, so what I'm going to do is just come back in here. Now, by default, WordPress, if I just put a space in there, WordPress will ultimately delete that space. So what because WordPress is a blogging platform and it tries to save space at all times. So I'm going to come in and use this little trick here and put in a break space, a BR, so it's a definite space. Just come in there, save it, let it refresh, preview. Okay, well, I'm reasonably happy with that. So I'm going to come in here. Now, if you remember, we created a top image. I'm now going to come in, I've put my cursor in here, I'm going to come here, add media. Don't need to upload files, I've already done it. I'm going to take my top image and I'm going to insert it into the page. I'm going to update. And I'm going to preview it again. It doesn't hurt, and we're looking at styling. Okay, I can see a couple of things here. Would like to move that copy down to try and bring that underneath here. Two ways of doing that. We could adjust the size of the image. Sorry, I keep doing that. Going back now, I want to do that. We could do very small, subtle changes. Just grab the corner, use the Shift key so it stays in Pro. We could update that. So I've made it smaller. Like anything, like any craft that you're doing, it's little adjustments that are going to make the difference and make it look nice. So it's worth spending a couple of minutes on this. Don't want to make the video too long, obviously, but okay, it's getting there, but we need to move the copy down. So we're going to use our little break symbol again, just to push it down. That forces the page, and it won't get lost. It doesn't show when, as you see, it doesn't show on the actual text. Okay, so that's pushed down. I could do with it pushing it down just slight more. So actually what I might do is just decrease that image again ever so slightly. Update. Preview. We may need to put another space in, but yeah, I think I'm going to put another space in, so it's worth a try. You can put more spaces in here, so we'll try it. Okay, so that's a bit more centralised, the nice image is there. That line has moved down, we've got a price, we've got contact. We're now going to put in the larger image. So I'm going to just push that down. Now I'm going to push that down once more, like that. Put the larger image here. Add media. Insert into page. Don't worry about this. It's a bit like this. We put it in the right place. You can see that the image is transparent. That's what we wanted. So let's just update. Preview changes. And there we've got it. Might be a little bit too much space in there, so we may have to go back and edit ever so slightly. Just try deleting. Okay, what I did there is a Shift Enter, which gave a smaller space than just an enter. So it's just really playing around and having a little fiddle. You're not going to hurt it, and you know, if you really get stuck, you can raise a support ticket or raise a ticket with us. I'm just going to preview those changes. It's bounced back again, so we'll just preview that. Just see what it's going to look like. Well, actually that looks okay, so it's pulled it in tighter, which is what I wanted to do. So it may look a bit weird here, even on full screen, but it's doing the job that we need it to do. One very quick last thing I'm going to do, phone and email. I'm just going to put a link, I'm just going to copy that email, and I'm just going to come up here and put a link on it, and I'm just going to type the word mail to, all one word, colon, and then copy and paste her. And that adds an email link rather than a just going to make this more consistent. That's another link to Facebook, so we'll put that in. And you want the HTTP on Facebook. Add link, update. Preview changes. And there they are. Nice links. If I clicked on that, it opens up my Outlook ready to go. So it's just all nice and tidy. And that's it. Thank you very much.